Ferrari and Michael Schumacher came into round 13 of the Formula One World Championship knowing that they could take the driver and constructor titles here in Hungary. That's how dominant this team has been this season. Michael Schumacher on pole by a massive 0.801 of a second. Dominated qualifying. David Coulthard, his nearest championship challenger, alongside him on the front row of the grid. Rubens Barrichello, his Ferrari teammate, lined up on row 2 with Ralf Schumacher, who was first last time out in Germany. Jarno Trulli and Mika Häkkinen on row 3. Häkkinen, the winner in Hungary in 1999 and 2000. Nick Heidfeld and Juan Pablo Montoya on row 4. Kimi Räikkönen, first time in a Formula One car at Hungary on row 5, with Jacques Villeneuve, the winner in 1996 and 1997. Once the 5 lights were out and the race was underway, Michael Schumacher away from the line quickly. David Coulthard moved across to shadow Rubens Barrichello, but couldn't prevent him slipping through into second place by the first corner. It was a Ferrari 1-2 in the very early stages of the race, being chased by David Coulthard. The man who went off at the first corner was Eddie Irvine in the Jaguar, and a whole gaggle of cars trying to force their way through turn 2 as Irvine extricated himself from the cockpit. The end of lap 1 out of 77. Michael Schumacher with a 1.35 second lead over his teammate and 6 seconds covering the top 8. Such was the pace set by Michael Schumacher up front. Luciano Berti in the Prost, another man whose race ended early, embedded in the gravel trap. Michael Schumacher, having dominated qualifying, was in a class of his own during the race. The fastest lap of 1:17.436, obliterating Häkkinen's time when he won the race the previous year of 1:20. Battle for 5th place between Jarno Trulli in the Jordan and Mika Häkkinen in the McLaren. Michael Schumacher in for his first pit stop. 8.4 seconds stationary. It dropped him from first to third behind Coulthard and Barrichello. Trulli in at Jordan. A lengthy stop this. Problems on the far side of the car. And Trulli dropped out of contention. Barrichello into the pits from first place. Coulthard took over the lead. Michael Schumacher went into second. Coulthard came in at McLaren from first, promoting Michael Schumacher back into the lead. But it was an excellent stop by McLaren. Coulthard headed for the pit lane exit and slotted into second just ahead of the Ferrari of Barrichello. It was now Schumacher leading, Coulthard second, but being pressed hard by the Brazilian. Jenson Button's Benetton in an awkward position in the middle of the track. The safety car situation then would have benefited David Coulthard. Mika Häkkinen, short stop for him from 5th place. The Benetton was removed, the safety car wasn't required. Alonso into retirement. Another man caught in the gravel trap. Schumacher built up his lead to almost 13 seconds. Coulthard was still being pushed hard by Barrichello, but his chances of catching Schumacher looked remote. Michael Schumacher into the pits from first place for his second stop. Now he was fueled to go all the way to the finish. Coulthard took over the lead, followed by Barrichello. Michael Schumacher in third place, Ralf Schumacher in fourth. Barrichello's second pit stop. This promoted Michael Schumacher to second place. Coulthard was still leading, but required one more stop. When he was called into the pits at McLaren, it was Michael Schumacher who swept back into the lead. McLaren needed another good stop to keep Coulthard in second place, but the fuel nozzle stuck on the car. It was now touch and go as to whether Coulthard could prevent a Ferrari 1-2. Michael Schumacher in the lead. Barrichello arrived at the end of the straight. Coulthard heading down the pit lane. And it was Barrichello who swept past him to take second. Michael Schumacher in the lead, Barrichello second, Coulthard close up on the Brazilian in third. Out went Jarno Trulli. In came Mika Häkkinen. A 6.8 and a 6.6 second stop for Mika Häkkinen. He stayed in 5th place. Michael Schumacher with 57 of 77 completed. Olivier Panis looked as though his race was over at BAR. Ralf Schumacher being harried by Mika Häkkinen. This was the battle for 4th. Points very important to Ralf Schumacher. He was lying just 6 points behind David Coulthard in the Drivers' Championship. Out went Heinz-Harald Frentzen, his first race in Prost colours. A late stop for Mika Häkkinen. The 2 short pit stops, he needed another splash of fuel to get to the finish. Onto the final lap, Michael Schumacher certain of his 51st Grand Prix win to equal the record held by Alain Prost. Round the last corner, and Ferrari already on the wall, ready to congratulate him. Michael Schumacher took the checkered flag, Rubens Barrichello in 2nd place, David Coulthard 3rd. Michael Schumacher's 4th world title, having won for Benetton in 1994 and 1995, for Ferrari in 2000, and now once again for Ferrari, becoming the first Ferrari driver since Alberto Ascari back in 1953 to retain the title. Michael Schumacher, Rubens Barrichello, David Coulthard in the podium positions. Ralf Schumacher, Mika Häkkinen, Nick Heidfeld picked up the other points. Kimi Räikkönen just missed out in 7th place. Juan Pablo Montoya was 8th. Jacques Villeneuve 9th, and Jean Alesi in his first race for Jordan finished 10th, 2 laps behind the race winner Michael Schumacher. 77 laps completed by Schumacher in a fraction over an hour, 41. 12 drivers classified out of the 22 that started the race. Among the not classified drivers, Heinz-Harald Frentzen in his first race for Prost, and Eddie Irvine in the Jaguar, who only got as far as the first corner. So the fans were ready to party. Michael Schumacher overjoyed, congratulated by his younger brother Ralf, and then by his teammate Rubens Barrichello. What a formidable partnership. The fans certainly realise the enormity of their achievement. World champion again.
I was talking to the team during the long lap we did, the slow lap we did, and I was always trying to find the right words. And in such a moment, I'm probably not a bad racing driver, but I'm quite a bad person in finding the right words in such moments. So you have to forgive me. I can't say much more than it has been a beautiful weekend. I mean, we did everything we could have done. I came here with not such a good feeling for whatever reason. I told to Jean, I'm not sure this weekend is going to be the one it will happen. And then we got pole position, we got the victory. I did obviously equalise 51 with Alan, and I got my 4th championship. So it's a bit too much for me right now to take it.
Part of that great team effort, Rubens Barrichello in 2nd place.
You know, I think it's not just coincidence that when I joined the team, we won the whole time. So it's something that I'm very proud, and I think the team deserve and Michael deserved. So really, really proud to be within them.
Thank you.
For David Coulthard, the title challenge was over for another year.
In reality, it was 2nd place was the best that could be achieved today, and obviously today is about Michael's title and his win, and obviously I congratulate him on that achievement. and recommend he takes a holiday for the last 4 Grand Prix.
Highly unlikely that Michael Schumacher will take time off, especially when there's a record to be achieved. He's level with Alain Prost on 51 Grand Prix wins at the moment. Michael Schumacher has a contract with Ferrari until 2004. Who knows what they might achieve by then. 94 points, a lead which ensures him of his 4th Drivers' World title. David Coulthard left to applaud politely. Michael Schumacher, who made his debut for Jordan back in 1991, in that 10 years has won 4 championships. Ferrari, their 3rd Constructors' title in a row and a record 11th overall. A magnificent achievement. Such a powerful team, difficult to see who might wrest these titles from them in the immediate future. No doubt at all, they are the champions.